Hey everybody, it is Prince's Friend, and we are back with another review. Oh my gosh, I know. I took the whole last week off because I had gone for 3 weeks straight and I was just crazy with reviews. So I took a week off and I just did news and opinion pieces. But now we are back with reviews, and I have 4 reviews for this week. The first of which is for Harry Styles' self-titled album, Harry Styles. It was released in May of 2017, and honestly, when I heard that there was going to be a song on the album and it was going to be called Sign of the Times, then I knew that I'd eventually have to do a review for this album. So I decided to just go ahead and just do it. Now, for those of you who don't know, Harry Styles used to be a member of the boy band One Direction. Nothing that group did musically appealed to me, none of it was my cup of tea. But then I heard that he was splitting ways with the group to pursue solo work, and I know that a lot of the One Direction fans were really excited about it, and a lot of other people were kind of, okay, who cares? And other people were super excited, and I was kind of in that middle camp. People were like, did you hear about Harry Styles? I was like, yeah, that he left the band? And they're like, yeah, and I was just like, so? I didn't listen to the group, so why do I care? And then of course, whenever you split up from a group, there's basically one of 2 ways that you can go. You can either go and become a super successful solo star, like Justin Timberlake, or you can go and not be a super successful solo star, like Joey Fatone, maybe host a game show or something like that. Luckily for Harry, he actually does have a damn good voice, and an even better marketing firm, I think. In an interview that I read, he said that he wanted to do something different, and I think he definitely succeeded. This album debuted at #1 in the US and the UK, and Spain and Poland and Czech Republic and Canada and Ireland and a ton of other countries. Now, that was probably a lot to do with his association with One Direction and a lot of those diehard fans, but you can't deny that there's definitely some talent here. Reviewers said, because I went and read some of the reviews, said that this album did a good job of fusing today's sound with an homage to the 70s and 80s pop and rock and stuff. In my opinion, I think the homage was a little too much. But let's get into those tracks and we'll see who's right.
Meet me in the hallway. Meet me in the hallway.
So the first song is Meet Me in the Hallway. This is a haunting song about leaving your lover with the hopes that they'll follow you and beg you to stay. Sadly, in this song, no one comes after him, so he's in a self-inflicted kind of depression. Musically, it's just him and an acoustic guitar, and that takes a lot of guts to start an album of your first solo, record with just you and a guitar. And that's hard for most pop singers because not a lot of pop singers have great voices. But this track is really good. I think it sets the mood. I'm excited to hear what the rest of the album has to offer after hearing this.
Just stop your crying, it's a sign of the times. We gotta get away from here. We gotta get away from here. Just stop your crying.
So Sign of the Times uses end-of-the-world kind of imagery to really talk about what it's like to run away from emotional issues and hardships instead of taking them on. On this one, a full band comes in, it's definitely well produced. Harry's falsetto is pretty damn strong, and that's really kind of always something that I look for in a singer, personally. I'm definitely glad that he didn't try to do his own version of Prince's Sign of the Time, and definitely took it in a completely different direction. I think the comparison is going to be there no matter what, just because the names are so similar, but they are 2 completely different songs. This one was the first single off of the album, and it reached #1 in the UK and #4 in the US. So, cheers.
She's a good girl. She's such a good girl. She's a good girl. She feels so good. She's got a book for every situation.
So So Harry throws a little bit of a funky beat here. Kind of reminds me of some Beck. It was written about a fan from Carolina, but others believe it could technically be about cocaine. Either way, I think it's a pretty successful song. It was apparently the last one that they wrote for the album, and they were looking for a way to inject some fun into the album because a lot of the album's pretty depressing. But it almost feels like it's not real fun. It's like sad fun. It's like you're forcing yourself to have fun so that people will think that you're fun. I don't know, maybe I'm looking to be deep into it, and with everything kind of being depressing. And I think it rubs off on this one even though it sounds kind of happier, but it's a good track.
We're not who we used to be. We're not who we used to be. We're just two ghosts standing in the place of you and me. Trying to remember how it feels to have a heartbeat.
So it's rumored that Two Ghosts is about his relationship with Taylor Swift. It's basically about going into a relationship with lots of love, but when you're done, you kind of leave it as two different people. The old yous have died and have basically just left only ghosts in their place. I dig it. I think musically it's a lot more simplistic than even Meet Me in the Hallway was. To me, it actually sounds like it's an Oasis song a little bit, and I keep hearing the influences that I believe Harry must have had. But it's all meshed together in this song to pretty good effect.
You bring me home, sweet creature, sweet creature. Now run out of road. You bring me home, sweet.
Alright, remember that thing that I said? Well, Sweet Creatures is basically the Beatles' Blackbird musically. Take a listen.
Sweet creature. Blackbird singing in the dead of night. Take these broken wings and learn to fly.
The song is about a young couple facing difficulties in their relationship. They take comfort in kind of knowing that they belong together despite all of the arguments, so this song is actually kind of on an upbeat from the previous songs. It's a sweet song though. Harry sings his ass off. It's another acoustic song too, which again shows you that he's not shy about his voice. He's not trying to hide it. He knows that it's good. This is the third song where he mentions not speaking enough though. So I see a theme continuing throughout this album. But it's a good song. It just sounds a little bit like Blackbird.
She's an angel.
This song starts off with kind of an angelic organ of sorts. It's all like atmospheric, and then it launches into a pretty much classic rock groove, bringing up a lot of feelings of like Rolling Stones and stuff. Some think this song is about his ex-girlfriend who was a Victoria's Secret model and how he has only eyes for her. In any case, I think it's a good little rock groove. Don't really have much more to add than that.
It's none of your business.
Kiwi is about Harry's relationship with an unidentified person. There aren't any rumors surrounding this one. Possibly someone from New Zealand, since they call people from New Zealand Kiwis. I don't know, just a guess. The song addresses false rumors and how his relationship with fame kind of drives him crazy, even though he really kind of loves it. This is basically his Billie Jean. I know it sounds a lot more like The Strokes than Michael Jackson, but this is like his, the people are out to get me and that kind of stuff song. It's also the shortest track on the album, and I think it comes and goes pretty quickly, and I was okay with that.
Oh, tell me something I don't know.
this is kind of a folk style song, which adds yet another kind of genre that he's adding to the album. Good job mixing styles, by the way, Harry, because that's always kind of a plus for me. Prince always used to mix tones and genres and stuff all together on an album, and I think Harry is doing a good job with that formula as well. This song details a strong sadness, seemingly about a disconnection and an inability to move forward with someone that he cared about, like something happened between them in New York, and he keeps kind of replaying the moment over and over again of where it kind of fell apart. It's a really pretty song, though.
Woman, woman, woman,
Alright, so this is another Sounds Like song. This one is basically Benny and the Jets by Elton John. Take a listen.
And now, presenting the legendary Benny.
So it's kind of crazy how much Harry Styles seems to be borrowing from those who came before him, and I'm not exactly sure what to say. I think the entire time I was listening to this song specifically, all I kept thinking was, what is the song that this reminds me of? And I mean, the song changes during the bridge, but even when it comes back to the chorus, like, it goes right back to sounding just like Benny and the Jets. It's so hard for me to even review this song because of this, so I'm sorry. I'm seeing a trend here, and it's not a good one.
I see it's written, it's all over his face. Comfortable silence is so overrated. Why won't you ever say what you wanna say? Even my phone misses your call.
So then we get to the finale track, and it was after the song Woman, which, I mean, was technically good, and it seems like we're back to where we started, with an acoustic track about loneliness. His heart is broken, and she's moved on, and you can hear the sadness in his voice. He does a really good job emoting with his voice, to really kind of pull on your heartstrings. It's a good song to end on, definitely, and it's thought-provoking, and it's just so good. Just stop your crying, In conclusion, this was a really good first effort from Harry Styles. Had I not already known that he was a member of a boy band in the past, I would think that he was just this new artist that was coming out, and he was really eclectic, and I would probably have checked him out sooner. He definitely left that pop boy band firmly behind, and seemingly is out to make a point that he can't be typecast. So I do like that. For me, he wore his influences too much on his sleeve, but for those songs where he didn't, he really grabbed me. I'm a fan now. I like Harry Styles, and I can't wait to see what else he has in store for us. I would give this a solid 4.5. But what did you think? Go ahead and put your thoughts down in the comments, and we'll continue the discussion. While you're at it, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Check out my Facebook and Twitter. Shout out to our newest patron on Patreon, Darling Nisi. And you should totally go check out my Patreon, where you can support the show, and you can tell me what kind of videos and reviews you want to see. And with that, may you live to see the dawn.